Hello, Madeleine and Rikard from Eleine, and welcome to the Metal Temple interview. How are you and how is your band?
Thank you very much. We're doing very well.
Yeah,
How are you doing, Madeleine?
I'm doing good.
All
We're
right.
very happy to be here also, of course.
Yeah.
And there is, of course, a good reason that we have an interview because your new album is coming out next month and we will talk in some length about that. But I also wanted to cover a few other topics because you have been actually very busy since last year already. And I know that because I've seen you in action a few times when you were busy, and and so let's talk about that. I think it started all last year when you did the Acoustic in Hell tour.
Mm-hmm.
But the real highlight, the real first real highlight in this year was, of course, your relaxing time in the Caribbean sun at 70,000 tons of metal. How was that?
Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah. That was everything but relaxing, really. But it was an experience. It was that.
Yeah.
It was great.
Fun.
It was fun. It was great. Our first time over the Atlantic, and to do it on 70,000 tons of metal was a real honor. And to meet all the people on the boat, also people from all around the world. Really.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
So that was something very special, and also to interact with other bands was real nice.
Yeah, it was very nice. It was very, felt relaxed and you felt safe, and the pineapple was absolutely great.
Oh, great pineapple.
I ate so many
10 out of 10
yeah,
pineapple.
It
was. we actually never left the boat. So we stayed on the boat even when it reached Bimini. And good thing, because everyone that came back from the beach was like lobster red.
I'm never in the sun anyway, I mean, we did the right thing.
Yeah.
We went to the gym instead.
Oh yeah, we saw Bimini from the boat gym.
Yeah. It's more than enough for me. It was very warm that day. It was so warm and no shadows nowhere. So I was like, come on, look at me. I'm transparent. So no, I did the right thing for me.
I was on the shore, so I was actually there, and it was really hot, and I did it the 6th time this year, and I never felt it was so hot like this year. So it was hotter than usual, but it was, of course, a great time. For those who do not know, so you play there every band plays 2 gigs, and I think has also a meet and greet, and it's basically a backstage area for everyone, so you meet each other, bands or fans or whoever, on the floors, in the casino, in the restaurants, etc., etc. So how is that from a musician's perspective? So to meet all those people, I mean, not only bands, but also fans. And so how did you enjoy that?
It was great.
Yeah, I mean, it was lovely to meet so many also fans for the very first time, since there were so many from North America in general. Like the thing was that I experienced is that I would have loved to have somewhere to be like completely on your own, not in the actual it's called cabin, no room.
Yeah, cabin.
Yeah. But that is just because I can sometimes have a big problem with a lot of people being gathered at one place. So that was the only thing that I felt that okay, yeah. I usually am never very happy about cruise ships because I know that usually there's no space to be completely on your own. But actually, I really liked the gym. It was pretty nice. It was a good vibe. But in general, meeting all the fans, and we also encouraged everyone that actually went to our gigs. Like, if you see us around the cruise ship, do not hesitate to say hi and take a photo because it's beautiful to meet them. It's our fans. We are there because of them, and not all days you have all the energy in the world. I was pretty burnt out at the moment. Actually, I was, but I gained so much energy at the same time from meeting so many fans for the first time and seeing some familiar faces. And yeah, it was a beautiful thing.
Yeah, definitely.
We really enjoyed it.
Overall, it was super great. And I actually agree. It would be great to have some place that was known to be like a do not disturb area for everyone, really, not only for artists. That would be actually kind of cool. Trains have those.
Yeah, like the quiet parts. Yeah.
Yeah. That's not a dumb idea, actually.
Yeah, exactly. Right. But in general, Great experience.
Super great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
yeah. I mean,
plan to
it's
do that sometime
there's
again.
always something going on. The shows go to 6 o'clock in the morning. I think I
Yeah.
saw a couple of shows 6 o'clock in the morning. So
Yeah.
it's just insane. Did you have the opportunity to see some shows from other bands?
We saw Running Christ.
Yeah.
And we saw Nightwish.
Yeah, we saw some of Nightwish.
I wanted to see Belfegor, but both of their gigs, we were busy with our things. That completely crashed, but I think that was it, right? No, in Creator we also saw, and that was super great.
Yeah, that's true. Creator.
I think that was it. Yeah, that was really good.
We caught a little glimpse of Camelot also. Well, you know, it's glimpses here and there. I think we caught the most of Creator.
Yeah, and Rotting Christ.
And Rotting Christ. And everything comes down to, like, we work all the time, and so we saw this as an opportunity to interact with fans from around the world, and also from North America, and interviews. We had interviews with EMP, and also meeting other artists, you know, networking and whatnot. So, I mean, it's great on so many levels. So it was a great experience, and we would love to be back.
Yeah, I would love to see you being back, and I think many of the bands come back once they entered the boat for the first time. So, you know, every now and then, so every 3 or 4 years, so you're probably getting a new invitation, and and fans will love it, especially as you have been now to your first US tour, I think, a little bit later this year. So with, I think, Moonspell it was. So how was that experience?
It was great. It was beautiful. It was in North America, so it was both the US and Canada. And we've had quite a fan base there for a long time. And it was beautiful to finally be able to do this, you know. And we also had the honor of being direct support, like special guest to Moonspell. So it was a good slot. And it was so nice to see how dedicated the fans in North America are, you know. I'm not saying anything about Europe, because we have very dedicated fans, but it was still something else in a way, you know. It's over the Atlantic. We were there for the first time, and they were so beautiful. They were wild, you know.
Oh yeah, I mean,
love it.
they were hyped, pumped up, and we were also very happy to be there. It was really, really a great experience overall.
It really was. It
and
was
also like you never know, because it's on the other side of the Atlantic. It's a whole nother continent, and I can say, without sounding too full of ourselves, we did a great fucking job.
We did.
We did a great job.
But we did. We had fun.
Yeah, we had fun. We did a great job, and the crowd. We really loved the crowd, and the crowd seemed to love us also. It was great.
Okay, so you made some new exposure to new fans and all that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Many fans that have been waiting years to see us, but also new fans that experienced us for the very first time. Yes, it was great.
You were founded in 2014, so we're almost 10 years on the European market. So, and I think you established yourself as being, let's say, one of the leading melodic metal bands in Europe. So it was time about to go to US, wasn't it?
It felt like it was about time, yes. And we know that not everyone gets the chance, you know, and have the opportunity at all. And we're very grateful that we got the chance and we managed to do it. And it was about time. It felt like it was a good timing. I mean, we lost 2-3 years because of the pandemic. We did, you know, but it's pretty brutal. But I mean, despite that, we managed, and I'm very happy about it. But thank you very much for the kind words.
Oh yeah, also. Huge compliment. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And it seemed to be, it comes now actually after the pandemic, and you know, with all the crisis, it becomes more and more difficult for overseas bands to come to Europe, and vice versa from Europe for European bands to go over to US. So how do you manage that actually? It must be difficult, isn't it?
It is even worse for European bands to go to the US because of the visas. As a US band, you don't need that to go to Europe, what I know of, and the expenses are insane. It is actually insane. It is. So, but we managed. We were extremely grateful that even if not all of it, everything is out there, but a small part of it was founded by our fans because of a GoFundMe, and are extremely grateful. It was such a huge help, even if it's like a fifth of the entire cost. You know, we chose to be transparent about it. You can read all about it on the GoFundMe.
Yeah.
It's closed now, but the information is there. You know, so you can actually see the expenses.
Yeah, exactly. And as Madeleine said, like 1/5 of the total amount was funded by our fans, and that's just so powerful.
It is.
It is very, very powerful. We are very grateful, and you know, essentially, we would have gone anyways, but this way we didn't hit that much of a loss, because it is an investment going over for the very first time for any band.
It is.
And we wanted to do this, even though that is actually a stepping stone that many bands maybe not dare to do, but it is a thing that we wanted to do. We put our entire lives into Eleine, and we were like, we gotta do it. We got to do it, and we did it, and we got so much support from fans, and it was just a beautiful thing.
We actually did it.
We did.
You know, yeah. I'm having a realization moment right over here. It's like, oh, we actually did, and we did 23 gigs on 25 days.
Yeah,
and it was so sweaty. It was so sweaty. I mean, it was just the first 3 days or something. It was raining. The rest of the tour was very warm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of sweat, but it was fun.
I assume the distances between the venues are probably also huge, isn't it?
Yeah, some were insane. I mean, some nights they were driving like 12 hours.
Oh yeah, it was like that. Like it was a few gigs that was 3 or 4 hours, but it was like, if you look at it, it was mostly like 8, 9, and 11 hours.
And then, I mean, we did cover the entire thing.
Yeah.
That was, but it was a great experience in general. It was something else.
It was.
Yeah, it really was.
And if it were not enough, in between 70,000 tons and US, you did also the tour with Camelot in Europe.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So you were basically, the first half of the year, you were constantly on the road, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it kind of feels like we've been on the road ever since we went on the acoustic tour last year, because I mean, in between, we moved to a new studio at the same time as we finished up the new songs, as we went into the studio and made the new songs, and then the cruise ship happened.
And then we recorded a music video.
And then we did a music video. Then we went on tour. Then we did another music video.
Oh man, it's been a lot.
Yeah.
It's been a lot.
Insane. But now we're here, you know, and we're very happy about this.
When did you come back from US?
It was May 25th.
Yeah, so okay, so we had already some time to reflect on all that, and
we jumped straight into working again.
Yeah,
so
that is why I'm having these realization moments right now when we're talking about it. You know?
The day after we got home, I streamed 6-7 hours on Twitch,
and a couple of days after, we were direct support to Nightwish in Stockholm. So it was very, very hectic. Yes, and that was one of the best gigs we've ever had.
Oh, definitely.
So yeah, it was. It's been hectic, and it's not over. But we're very happy that we're here now and being able to talk, you know, about the new album, because it's been done for us for quite a while, and it's always nice to talk about it, you know, because it's kind of like it's landing for us whenever we do, you know. It's very exciting times, so to speak.
It's like when you're driving really far on the highway, then you get to where you're supposed to be, and you're like, oh shit, how did I get here?
Yeah.
You know, you don't remember how you drove. You know that feeling? That's terrible.
Yeah.
But this feeling is good.
Yeah, I got actually to see you 4 times during your busy period. I think once for the acoustic, twice on the boat, and once for the Camelot show. Of course not during the US tour.
No, of course.
But at least something, and was all the time was really great. And you know, I think what fans love at your music, so it's not only the music, it's also your dedication and your interaction with the fans. So I think it's been all great over the years. You were formed in 2014, so before the new album, there were 3 other full-length albums, and then the Acoustic in Hell EP. What actually, and I feel actually your sound has a little bit changed and shifted over the years. So what actually was the initial idea of forming Eleine?
The initial idea is, as it is today, to create metal.
Yeah, we wanted to have a metal band, both Rikard and I. So we said, let's try it out.
Yeah.
That was it.
So, and you put out 3 albums. I thought over the years your sound became heavier and darker. Your music was riff-based, powerful riffs, even though some people still call you symphonic metal. So I think it's rather melodic metal. You sometimes use symphonic elements, but I think the heaviness proceeded and developed over the years. How do you see the sound of Eleine developing over the years?
Oh, it's hard to say because we're in it, but essentially, I also feel it has become heavier. Yes, it's hard to deny.
I kind of felt like we found, maybe not found ourselves, but we matured a lot from Until the End until Dancing in Hell.
Yeah.
And with Dancing in Hell, I kind of felt that, all right, holy shit, yes, this is us. It felt like we actually did put on the right dress or jacket, and we're like, yes, this is it, There's parts here and there Until the End that I can really see that we did flirt with already back then, and came to life with Dancing in Hell. But now it feels like, yeah, we are, this is Eleine, and we shall remain. It is a bit heavier. It is, in a way, and the actual mix is a little bit more crunchy and a little bit more hard-hitting. But that's how we wanted it, That is how we felt that this is what will be fair to the songs.
For sure, for sure. And we always create what feels right. So there is also where you find the natural progression of it all. We never sit down and ask ourselves, all right, what do people want to hear? We always sit down and create what feels right. If we can feel the music also, that is also very important to us, to be able to feel the music, to feel the lyrics. And for those who don't read lyrics, they feel the music. For those who don't care about music, they read the lyrics. It's always going down the path with what feels right.
The new album, We Shall Remain, is going to be released via Atomic Fire Records on the 14th of July.
Correct.
I had the pleasure to listen to it several times already, and some thoughts what came to my mind first was the heaviest and the dark, and especially the darkest album, Eleine ever album. Thunderous riffing, crushing bass, plenty of double bass drums, and spine-chilling melodies. And what are your thoughts on that?
Thank you, first off. And I don't know. I mean, I always say it's up to the listener to take what they hear and then maybe tell us what they think. But it's I can only agree. I mean, what you said, I agree totally.
Yeah, that are just facts. That is, it's a lot of double bass and it's heavier and a little bit darker from time to time. Yes, but it's like we have been through a lot for these past years, especially since we founded Eleine, and the last couple of years has been heavy, even before the pandemic. So it's not only because of the pandemic, but it's of course it has affected us. We've been through a lot, and as you said, because we write what feels right to us, this is what comes out. That is why you have songs like Suffering on this album, for an example. It has a progression. I encourage everyone to read the lyrics, because it's not only a sad song, it's full of hope, even if it's dark, but it's a very important one. And I mean, you have We Are Legion. It's a result of how we felt about our fans. We truly felt that, fucking hell, come on, our fans. I mean, we wouldn't be here without them. We've known that all along. But the past years, it has been like we've been coming closer. And it doesn't mean that you're talking with everyone every day. It's not about that, but it's a mindset. And we're very happy that the, as they call themselves, the Eleine Legion, that they are actually having the same mindset, that they find courage, they find comfort within Eleine and our music, and we do as well with our fans. It's a beautiful exchange. It is. So that song, Pretty Natural, was like, oh yeah, this is We Are Legion. This is our another anthem, really, like a hymn together, for sure.
Oh yeah, and the Eleine Legion, the fans have really taken it to heart.
They have.
It's,
it was so sweet to see.
It's so beautiful to see. I mean, just them singing like it happened when we opened up as direct support to Nightwish just a couple of weeks ago. They sang like oh. That's magical. I get chills right now just thinking about it. It's so beautiful. It's about empowerment, encouragement, and unity. I mean, that's beautiful.
I remember you were playing We Are Legion already at the European tour with Camelot. So yeah, it was a great song, and I thought the audience really they got the vibe during the show. So I actually really loved that song, and apparently the fans also loved the song. So and it's really a and probably an anthem in the future. What I noticed is you use, of course, occasionally orchestral arrangements, but not in a classical way as a symphonic metal band would use them. So you typically use them on the album for supporting the choruses. It's mainly strings and brass. And I felt, okay, that reminds me a little bit more on arrangements that are typical for symphonic death metal. And I felt the purpose of these symphonic arrangements were actually to enhance the darkness of the song. So what was the idea of introducing these symphonic elements?
I mean, it's you nailed it. Yeah. I mean, I'm not trained at all, and I only create the atmosphere that we feel we want.
Yeah, that is the thing.
We the best way I can.
We love anime movies. Yeah. We love movies in general. Like Gladiator has always been a huge inspiration for me. And I mean, that is part of our influences on top of my death and black metal influences and your thrash and old school metal references, right? And everything it will be combined. And yeah, we don't want it to be the main thing because we want to be able to play the songs even without the orchestral arrangement, and it's still that song, right?
It's about that extra little push. As in, for example, Never Forget. It's correct what you say. It's mostly strings and brass, and there are some woodwinds also. But in the chorus of Never Forget, after half the chorus, the choir comes in with a real punch there. And that really just emphasizes the chaos within the song. And it is, as you say, to add a little bit of flavor, not to be in the spotlight, but just to add a little bit to it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was my impression. How does the songwriting work for your album? How does it work? Or how does it work in general for Eleine?
I mean, so many different ways.
It's Rikard and I who writes the songs, and there's never one way to do it. Sometimes it's just a part of a lyric, and sometimes it's a very chuggy riff that I love when he's sitting there creating, so it's never one way to do it. And I actually appreciate that we allow ourselves to be a little bit free when it comes to that we don't only have, I mean, I like when it's order, but one thing that we have nowadays is that we save the lyrics for the last.
Yeah.
We create the music, and with the music, we feel what the song will be about. So we already know what the song will be about, but we want to make it possible for people to feel that, even if they don't even listen to the lyrics. Even if we would take away the lyrics, we want people to feel what it might be about, right? Even if you have your thought about the song, we just want to make you feel something because we feel something. So usually we save the lyrics to the last part.
Yeah,
it's pretty fun. I like that.
That is the only thing we can pinpoint on how we create songs, because it's so many different ways.
Yeah,
so many different ways.
You mentioned the lyrics. Basically, you are both vocalists. So Madeleine, of course, you are the main vocalist, but Rikard, you also have a significant contribution to vocals in various ways, sometimes clean, sometimes growling vocals. My impression was that in this album you used the growls more often than you used it in the past. Is that correct?
Maybe. I haven't thought about it. Maybe.
as we said, we just do what feels right, and that applies to the vocal parts as well. Of course it does. If we don't like squeeze in a growling part just because it's cool, we want it to have a purpose. Just as my vocals are supposed to have a purpose, and my oriental vibing vocal lines here and there, you know, it's because it feels right. And I'm very happy that we're able to vary like we can, just because of you being able to do clean vocals also.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But now that I think of it, yeah, it is true. This is the most I've contributed with song.
I like it.
Yeah.
Just you mentioned it is nowadays it seems to be a little bit a hype to add also growling vocals, especially, you know, female growling vocals. That is very popular at the moment. So I think it doesn't work with you guys. So because Madeleine, you don't growl at all, isn't it?
No, I don't. It would be cool, you know, but I mean, in Eleine we have Rikard, and I love that he has this very deep kind of growl. I love that. It's a little bit Nathan Explosion, and I like Death Clock, so, you know. It's very cool.
It's funny that you say that is somewhat of a hype. I can agree to a certain degree. And I can also say that there are songs here that we took away growl because we were like, all right, it sounds as though it should come here, but does it have to be there? Does it feel right? No, it only sounds cool. It doesn't add anything. Let's take it away.
Yeah.
We could add much more.
Yeah.
That's great to hear. Lyrics, is it also a shared effort?
And that it applies to everything when it comes to the songwriting, music, lyrics, everything actually. It does. We share, and some parts I do more, some parts you do way more, and you know, but we always are in sync. Like we check with each other. Does this feels right, and everything. And
sometimes
I like
you gotta fight for it.
Of course, you gotta have some arguments for feelings, right? Of course. But it's always for the best for Eleine. It's never because I want to fulfill my ego, because we've never had any place for egos in Eleine. We knew from the very start things will never work if you put your ego first. Put it last, and then let's see what is the best for Eleine. And I'm very happy that we've been holding on to that this entire time.
Oh yeah,
I am.
Where do you draw your inspirations from when you write lyrics?
Life.
Yeah.
Life.
Maybe a boring answer, but it is life. Everything you experience, you see, you know, everything. It is.
We've been through, Madeleine and I. You got diagnosed with high-functioning autism last summer.
Yeah, it was a year ago, actually.
Yeah. And I got my diagnosis of ADHD in my mid-30s. I'm turning 38 now. So I mean, I'm not saying it's because of that, but years leading up to now, we've had struggles and we've been through stuff, you know. It's all about life, really.
Yeah. It is.
There were 3 releases so far from the new album. I think 3 songs were released.
And 4.
4 already?
We're a Legion.
Okay, Stand by the Flame. I think Stand by the Flame, the lyric video, and then
the visualizer, if you're gonna be
visualizer, yeah. We Are Legion, and War das alles?
Well, Never Forget was also with a
Never Forget, Never Forget.
Yeah, that's right.
We couldn't choose. We just went with it, you know. And Atomic Fire approved, so.
Right. I actually thought, let's go through a little bit. Stand by the Flame. I thought it is one of the heaviest, thunderous riffing, really pounding rhythm, but still a little bit catchy melodies, I thought. And of course, the Oriental vibes come there. And a little bit, I thought, the chorus is also a little bit melancholic. Super heavy break. So what's your take on the track? So,
I mean, you're nailing it every time.
Yeah,
so
it's like...
sorry.
We have nothing to add.
I agree.
I like that it's groovy, you know. It's it's a fun song to perform, and I like that one.
That was perfect. Let's keep that.
Yeah.
I might apply as a third songwriter for you. So
yeah, sure. You can put your voice on my mouth right now.
Oh, goodness me.
In the editing.
I'm very bad in lyrics. I keep in mind some parts of it, and then I normally try to make up the rest. So
yeah, I hear you.
with the analysis of songs, I mean, you're nailing it, man.
Yeah, you are.
We Are Legend, maybe the anthemic song, also powerful riffing, double bass drumming, you know, I love the double bass on that. So, and here I thought actually the orchestral support is a little bit bombastic. What's your opinion?
Yeah.
Don't say I nailed it.
Oh, you missed it totally, man.
Well,
oh
the thing
my
is
God.
that
Good.
song,
I'm happy to hear.
we felt that it really is a song for our fans, as we mentioned earlier on, right? And it is a very kind of let's gather for the battlefield song. You know, if you want to do war references, well, go with it, right? But for us, it is really about unity, feeling that you can find strength within unity. And the bombastic arrangements, it is of course as always to emphasize what we want to say, what we want you to feel. That's the thing. And it is one of my favorites on the album because of the I mean, all of the songs are favorites, but I'm very weak for the very chuggy riffing, you know, like the part after the first chorus. I can have that on repeat and just be like, well, yeah, I'm gonna dominate this day, you know. And it's very empowering. It is. So I really hope that people embrace that.
Yeah.
I think they embraced it already, you know, during the live shows. That was my impression.
Yeah.
And I think we all liked it. Interesting song, War das alles? Obviously, it comes very natural for me, so because it's German. It's the slowest song. It has some kind of balladesque vibe for me at times. But the title is in German, but only those 3 words, War das alles, is German lyrics as far as I got.
No, the entire chorus is German, actually.
The entire chorus is German, but then I didn't catch it. I thought, okay, why three German words only? So what was the idea of the German title? What's the idea of the German chorus?
The entire chorus is actually based on a poem that I wrote, first in English.
Right.
I saw the words, but I wasn't happy. It didn't feel like that was it, you know. And I figured maybe I need to do it in my native language, which is Swedish. That was terrible. It was awful. Yeah, I got so far from the result that I wanted, and I like the German language. So, and Rikard has German heritage, so I figured that I wanted to try. And it turned out exactly the way I wanted. It was like everything just fell to place. There's so many expressions and words in German that I find are so beautiful, and they're so spot on, and they it just feels like they makes more sense. That is the thing. Okay. Just as some sentences and expressions in English makes way more sense than my Swedish, you know. So I went with that. I presented it for Rikard. We already worked on that song in particular, and everything it was a great fit. So the entire chorus is in German.
Oh yeah.
I have to listen to it again and okay.
Please
so
do. It's a very dark poem.
Yeah.
But it's a very important one. For us, it is.
And now I talked my way out of being the third composer of
sorry, bro.
Sorry.
Okay, next time. Okay, good. But yeah, so it's a very interesting idea with the German lyrics. So, and I quite often, as a German, you hear, okay, oh, your language is very complicated, very long sentences, etc. So I always thought, okay, well, the German language is not so much appreciated. Now I hear actually the opposite, Eleine. So that's very, very great to hear. Thank you.
Yeah, I love German. I do. It's very beautiful. I think it's very powerful also. You know, I think you have you should consider yourself lucky. It's very hard to learn German. I am doing my best, but it goes extremely slow.
That makes the German in me very happy to hear, Madeleine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you from Germany.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Rikard, do you speak German?
Ein bisschen, ja.
Oh, that sounds more than ein bisschen.
Yeah, he can be pretty convincing for me as a Swedish, at least, you know.
Right. Excellent. You released videos, of course, obviously about the songs we just talked about. How does the video process work from the ideas to a shoot?
Both Madeleine and I produce and direct the videos. Then with shooting, we've had some help now the last 3 videos, right?
Yeah, the past 3 videos. Yeah.
The past 3 videos, we've had some help with a company that handles the actual camera. And like for the forest parts in Vardasalles was me filming Madeleine with our camera. And then the editing, I do the editing, the colors and whatnot. And then Madeleine and I together just finish up the last parts.
Yeah. So it's very nice that we, for the past music videos, been able to have someone else helping us to film. Even if we have filmed parts still, some parts we just need someone to help us out, you know. And it's been great, because before that, everything that you see on our YouTube has been made by us.
Yeah.
Completely. It's been pretty heavy, because it's a lot to put everything up, film everything, still try to look good and not like destroyed. It's many hours. So yeah, we're very happy about it.
Yeah.
Excellent. Let's take a break from the album and switch the topic. Let's get personal.
All right.
It's easy. I ask you questions, and the questions are very short, so I ask you either that or that, and you just say, you know, what you prefer. And sometimes I do have a few follow-up questions. So it basically goes through everything in life. You know, shall we start?
Yeah.
Okay, let's start. And I think I know the answer. Gym or sofa? What do you prefer?
Gym, actually.
Yeah.
I do. Unfortunately, too much couch sometimes, but gym.
Okay. So you would love to go rather to the gym and not sitting too much on the couch?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's better in the long run. It is.
Right, it's better in the long run. Do you prefer anything? Do you do then rather cardio or weights, or what do you do?
Weights.
Weights, okay. Both of you?
I would also do weights, yeah.
Okay. Next one. Car or bicycle?
Car or bicycle?
Car or
Car.
bicycle?
I love to drive car.
Yeah.
You love to drive car?
Yeah.
It's like Sonic. Car goes fast.
So car for you, right?
You gotta go fast.
Yeah.
I haven't seen actually many bicycles in Sweden, so is that popular or not?
Oh, there are some.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one. When you watch TV, do you prefer thriller or comedy?
Comedy.
Yeah.
I do.
Comedy.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Comedy. Do you have a favorite one? A favorite comedy? Favorite program?
We watch a lot of The Office.
That is a series, though.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Still comedy.
Yeah, it's still comedy. The American The Office is very fun. It is my favorite.
Yeah. Let's stick with that.
Yeah, let's stick with that.
Yeah. Okay. Do you prefer meat or vegan?
We are vegans, so.
Yes.
Okay, you're all vegans.
Yeah.
Do you have any favorite dish?
Oh yeah, udon noodles with tofu is great, and burgers.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you prefer actually eating at home rather or in a restaurant?
Home.
Home. I guess you are good cooks. You do the cooking, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's excellent. Do you have a favorite dish you like cooking?
Udon noodles with tofu and burgers.
Okay, good. Okay, that's excellent. Next one. Now it comes to music. I do have 2 sets of concert tickets for you, and I tell you, one set is for a symphonic metal concert and the other one is for a death metal concert. What do you choose?
Death metal.
Death metal. Both of you. Maybe I can help you with a favorite band. So what would your favorite band?
Oh, I would. Oh no, I gotta.
We have a great choice in Sweden.
Oh, we have a lot, but I gotta say I would love to see the death metal band Darkened live.
Okay.
I would love that. I think they're extremely underrated.
Yeah, I'll tag along. Sure. Yeah.
So Sweden is actually really the country of, well, one of the countries for death metal and
Black metal. I mean, Bathory, right?
Yeah, but how does that come? What is the reason for this huge number of all the famous bands in death metal, melodic death metal, also black metal? What's the reason? Why Sweden?
I do think I know. We don't have that many hours of sun per year. No, I don't. I
have no idea.
It just I don't know. I guess it comes naturally.
It's the water. Let's say it's the
water. By the way, you can say Amon Amarth. That would be awesome. Like Darkened and Amon Amarth.
Oh yeah.
That would be a great line.
We're not going to the same concert?
Oh yeah, no, same lineup. Great lineup for a tour.
Same
Holy
lineup,
shit.
yeah. Let's throw in Arch Enemy there also.
Of course,
Yeah.
some melodic is always
Oh.
needed. Why it is, I don't know. I guess it's in our blood nowadays.
Okay.
It's been passing on generations or generations.
Impossible to ask.
It is.
Yeah, impossible to answer.
Yeah. It is.
What I noticed when I was in Sweden, so I had one day a little bit watching television. I watched a little bit of a football game, probably Swedish league or whatever. And then there was the home team scored a goal. So when in Germany the home team scores a goal, of course there are then the celebrations and there's music. And in Germany we have every club has his song, his favorite song, and that are typically in Germany pop songs, some German pop songs typically. In Sweden, when they scored, they played Living After Midnight and the whole stadium, chimed in.
Wow.
I thought, okay, that is why it is a metal country here.
Yeah.
So that was actually really, I thought that is really good. Living After Midnight.
Yeah.
Interesting. I do have a couple of more holiday. What do you prefer, sea or mountains?
We have never been on a holiday, actually.
No, but in general, we're just going to speak about what you would like to choose. I would not go with mountains or the sea, never. I like to be on the ground.
Ooh, the woods.
Yeah, the woods, for sure.
The woods.
Yeah.
Okay, the third option, the woods.
Yes.
So not the sea. You do have lots of sea, but I guess that's not really the classical sea because it's probably too cold in the summer. I guess
it's not for me. It's not for me. I don't like the ocean. So.
And you hardly have any mountains in Sweden. What is a nice holiday place in Sweden? So what could you recommend for fans that want to go to Sweden for vacation?
Like I would go for the woods.
Yeah.
I would. There's a lot of places, too many to be very honest. But the woods, because we have insanely beautiful nature.
Oh yeah. If there are many tall trees in one place, go there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is good advice. I did have one more, but I think I've seen already the answer in the background now and then. It's it's dog or cats.
Oh, every animal, man.
Yeah.
Every animal. Okay.
Sure. All the animals.
Okay. So I saw the cat already. Do you have all the dogs?
No, we have two cats.
Okay, 2 cats. Excellent. That was it for the personal part. Let's come back to the next plans. And I think the next plan on your agenda is there are 3 signing sessions next month in Germany, in Dortmund and Leipzig and the very big city of Lingen.
Yeah. Everyone talks about it like you do.
The metropolis Lingen. Yeah.
I mean, EMP are there, the headquarters. So I mean, it's something, but I've realized that maybe you're not very excited about going there for a cup of coffee all the time. I hear you. It's going to be an experience.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to ask you, how Lingen? But okay, the headquarters there. So
yes,
I think the next bigger city is Bremen then, I believe. So, but it's more in the north than so you have basically one in the west, one in the southeast, and one in the more northwest. So that is our next plans. But beyond that, what is coming up next? Touring.
Well, before that, actually, we're gonna film the last music video.
Right.
So that's coming up next week. From now when we're talking about this, of course, and then we have the signing sessions. There's most likely more to come about that, and then we have festivals in August, and then we have some things that are not official yet. So stay tuned.
I believe fans can be excited for a new, hopefully, headliner tour.
Who knows?
Well, they'll be excited for something.
I can say that this from now on and a year on, there will be a lot happening. So yes, stay tuned. And we always encourage everyone to remember that social medias are great, yes, but there's so much happening. Always keep an eye on the official website, Eleine.com, the tour tab. Then you will not miss out. If you wonder if we will ever come to your city, keep an eye there and make sure that you follow the bands you like on Bands in Town, because then you will never miss out on anything.
Yep.
That is the thing. So go ahead. Do it.
Excellent. So there are many exciting plans in the making. So, and we will all be very excited whatever is to come during the next half a year from now on after the album comes out. Is there anything you would like to tell your fans, the readers of Metal Temple? Any last word?
As always.
As always, thank you so very much for listening to Eleine, for supporting any which way you can. If it's being on the Patreon, if it's being on our Twitch streams, or just streaming the music and buying the merch. I mean, with every which way you can, we appreciate everything from our fans. Without our fans, we would be nothing.
Yes.
That was an excellent final word, and thank you so much for that amazing interview with you. Thank you.
Thank you. It was lovely meeting you again.